written in the back of my old diary. We all gotta break sometime, it's underlined and lead. Scrawl across the screen beneath the spider ring. We all gotta break sometime, I left it all unread. Cracked inside a kiln between the firing. We all gotta break sometime, you raised it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. We all gotta break sometime, that's all you had to say. And the more I know, the less I seem to care. And the more I hold, the less that I can bear. The more I know, the less I seem to care. I'll tell you a story of blood, guts, and glory, and all that was lost on the way. There was nothing to do and nowhere to run. There was nothing that I could say. The dust in my eyes enough to tell me what to do. And the bullet you left in my thigh, well, I'm giving it back to you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this time, I just thought you'd like to know. Then did you tell your mother what you did to me that day? Or when she asked you where you found success, did you simply turn away? I'm coming for you now, and I'm coming for her too. When you're in the ground, well, maybe I'll be done with you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. And when the gun was cocked and when the bullet was set, well, there was nowhere left to go. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this time, I just thought you'd like to know. dust in my eyes enough to tell me what to do. And the bullet you left in my thigh, well, I'm giving it back to you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this, I just thought you'd like to know. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you in awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain, listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love. At least just let me say that when I talk to you, won't you bet walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you bet walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. You know I've loved you from the start. Sorry, baby, I just don't know the words or how to conjugate them. Was it really past tense? I heard, or was it present perfect? Maybe we could forget the time you faced that friend without me. Maybe we could go back to mine, pretend it never happened. Oh, when they're always out of time and they say it will be fine, well, I just can't find the line. Oh, hope I know what to say when you throw it all away.
Hello, I am here now, and I don't know if my sound is good, so I'm going to test it real quick. I wanted to stream a chill fun game today. Hi Slabus, been a while, how you been? Right. Okay. I'm loud enough. Unfortunately, I can hear myself. Hey, Bolt. What's up? I guess I should go to live. I've played the first, well, I've played the Stanley Parable, but I've not played Ultra Deluxe at any point, and it's been, I think it's been 3 years, because I wanted to get the, the Steam achievement for Go Outside. Not that I ever do that, but, I probably will eventually play that version again. I believe we missed each other on Terry's last. Wait, did Terry stream or no? Obviously, I was there for part of Terry's stream. Was it last night then? You were there. That's cool. I went to bed early, so I missed you. This game is, well, the original is good, so I'm assuming this one will be a lot better.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I don't want to skip it.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Yeah.
Although others might have
I went to
considered
bed
it
at, like,
soul-rending,
10.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made
who
exactly
joined?
for this job.
Me. Hello?
Oh, I couldn't hear you. Hello.
Was happy.
I can't hear myself in stream.
You can't?
And then one day, something
why
very
isn't it-
peculiar
No,
happened.
it's there
just
now.
quiet.
Something that would forever change Stan.
Oops, should I turn it up? Hold on. This game actually has borderless, which is nice. You are maxed out. Okay, I'll just turn on Discord, I guess.
Stream on Discord?
Oh, yeah, duh.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. I can't press buttons. This is a tragedy. Wait, I can. Wait. Why? Why can I press it? Oh. Anywhere but on the keyboard, I can press it. That's... That's weird. I can... Why did... What is this?
What's happening?
Can you hear the keyboard noise in the game?
Oh, I have the game. Yeah, yeah, hold sorry. Yeah.
It doesn't want to click on anything with the computer. Anyway, that's weird. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
They left it a mess.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, narrator.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yeah, screw you too!
I forgot how much I love this game.
Same. You know that one ending where it's like, what is it?
I don't really remember any of the endings, actually.
No, it was just in my mind. Where, it's like my brain just stopped working entirely. He begs you not to keep pressing the button to skip.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just keeps getting exponentially longer. It's like Stanley, it's been 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, like the vines start taking over.
Stanley, please.
It's so funny, actually.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
Starting
door on
off
his
strong.
left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I
Perhaps he
refuse
wanted
to
to
follow
stop by the
orders.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I want to
Stanley
pick
simply
things up.
stood here, drinking it all in.
Is that a different game? Maybe it's
Yeah, I actually have an embarrassing story about this game.
But eager to get back to business,
Really?
Stanley took the first open door
We,
on his left.
In elementary school, we had to once a year, like annually, we'd write like stories and submit them. Like the whole
Aww.
school would, and I wrote one about this.
Stanley was so bad at following
elementary
directions,
school?
it's
This game wasn't
incredible
out
it
when you
was
were in, like,
5
fourth grade.
years ago.
It's
It was
that.
2014. Oh yeah.
That's not 4th grade. Wait, how old am I?
I think, man, I don't. When did it? Well, okay, I don't know when the demo came out. 'Cause this game's originally like just like.
Look, Stanley, I think
It's a
perhaps
source
we've
engine
gotten
demo.
off on the wrong foot
I
here.
remember this ending.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Because I am. I can do whatever I want.
All of his co-workers were gone.
2011.
What did it mean? Stanley
What?
decided to go to
July
the
No.
2011.
Perhaps
Yeah,
he
the
had
original.
simply missed a memo.
The free mod for Half-Life 2. 2014 was when it was first added to Steam, and this was like 2018.
Nice. Okay, I was 12 when it came out. Fully.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
Fine.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Touching every little thing. I like that picture. Can I have it?
Wow, it just leaves. You just go
What?
outside, you know. Oh wait, which picture?
Are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I have
What?
your stream open and Discord open. I was watching your stream but listening to you, and it was.
You can go outside, I guess. Are you talking about the window?
No, the leaves.
I was talking about the leaves.
Oh, you were. Yeah, just go outside and look at the tree.
No, it's sad out there.
That's fair.
I don't need to be more sad because there's
The
clouds.
outside hurts.
The outside
Yet there was
hurts.
not a single person here either.
Get
Feeling
Chris
a
out of
wave
the
of
broom closet.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
What does
hoping he might
synergize
find an answer
papers
there.
mean? Hire someone to synergize papers. Synergize papers?
Papers are.
Paper that you synergize. Fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the paper synchronizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of redacted. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Sorry for not recognizing my voice. Who's talking with? Oh, it's my friend Vault. He's been here before,
Oh.
but
Hello.
I don't know. Have you? When we were playing Zero Escape, I think Vault was there for a lot of it,
Yes.
but I think that's when you like started joining. So maybe Silas wasn't here very much for while you were actually present.
Yeah, I'm the canteen from Vault 13. And yeah, canteen from Vault 13. Good enough.
Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. That's kind of okay. Whenever I like make notes, I always I have like countless notes in my phone or like to-do lists, and then I would like today do this, and then I just don't do any of them. Remember,
you
it takes
don't.
2 people to start a fight, and right now you're both. What? Mitosis. A boat. Pollution. Comatose. I feel that one. I watched Zero Escape, so probably heard him once or twice. Yeah, that's fair. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expiation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. They can't even spell. They need to hire someone to spell check. How to solve a dispute with their coworker, let a ball up inside you, take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers, resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a thick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the time. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Wow, thanks. Why are they all facing the same direction? What is hot? Can you hear that sound?
Which sound?
The sound of auto-clipping. I hope it's not in the stream, that'd be awkward.
Oh, no.
Rate at which church... well, I know it wouldn't be on Discord, but I don't know what's in Twitch.
I don't,
Rate
yeah,
which... rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please no more charge, please I'm begging, stop.
Stop.
The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to... Oh, I didn't read that. Okay, that's all.
Turn to your boss appreciation specialist. is what it said.
Synergize core value expenditures, thank you. Monetize free to play. What? Help. I'm a post-it. Okay. So that happens when I played the game before. I want to go in the broom. Dang it. I can go in the broom. Oh, should I get the broom closet? No, it's restricted.
Stanley stepped into the broom
Get
closet,
every
but
ending.
there was nothing here, so he turned
Speeder
around
head.
and got back on track.
I'm gonna do part of this, but I'm not gonna sit here for an hour. I think it takes like an hour or two, maybe even 3. I had to
There was
put in the
nothing
time
here.
manually for
No
some
choice
reason.
to make, no path
You
to follow,
could
just an
probably
empty
set the
broom
time
closet.
forward.
No reason to still be here.
Could I?
You'd have to do it in your computer.
Well, it doesn't take the computer. I put it inside. So the time is set from the computer. Maybe because they wanted people to be able to do the... Huh, that's interesting. I don't know.
I know.
why
I know
they did
to
that.
do. I know to
Baffling that
get the
Stanley was
5-year
still
achievement.
just sitting in the broom closet.
Sorry, I know
He
to get
wasn't
the
even
5-year
doing
achievement.
anything.
You can,
At
skip
least if
forward
there
5
was
years.
something to interact with, he'd be
Yeah,
justified
but
in
the
some
time
way.
I had to
As
put
it
in the
is,
time
he's
manually. It
literally
asked
just
me.
standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh, the game did.
Yeah, it was like put in the time, and I was like, okay. So I think maybe they did that on purpose, actually, so you
Are
couldn't
you,
cheat
are
it.
you really still in the broom closet?
Yes, I'm still in the
Standing
broom
around
closet.
doing nothing?
Broom closet
Why?
best.
Oh, wait.
Please offer me some
You
explanation
entered the
here.
time
I'm
manually.
genuinely
It
confused.
asked me to.
Yeah, so you can just enter whatever you can enter then, like an hour from now.
I don't know how. I don't think I can do it while I'm in the middle of the
You
game.
do
Playthrough is
realize
the
there's
thing.
no choice
Yeah,
or
but I think
anything
you
in
can
here, right? If
just
I
go back
said
to the menu and do
Stanley
it.
walked past the broom closet,
But
then
if
she
I do
would
that,
have
I
had a
won't get the
reason
ending, 'cause
for
you have to just
exploring
sit
it to
here.
find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story.
No, it's very important.
whatsoever.
I get to decide.
I never
And
would
you're
have
wrong.
thought to mention it.
You've mentioned it now.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my
The text.
favorite."
One
I hope your
XD.
friends find this concerning.
I hope your friend. My friends find me concerning for many reasons, and getting the broom closet ending is the
Stanley
least of
was
them.
fat and ugly and really,
Yeah,
really
just-
stupid. He probably only got the
You're just
job because of a
insulting me
family
now?
connection. That's how stupid he
Sheesh.
is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is
You have
addicted to
drug money.
drugs and hookers.
Your mom has. I wish you could hear me.
Well, I've
It's
come
real
to a very
engaging.
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I died standing
You
up
got
like a
to this
horse.
broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it
Are you
begins to
assuming that there's no
decompose.
one else who lives in my house?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological
Wait, are you not
vulnerabilities.
human?
It's indicative of the long-term
I think this is
sustainability
different.
of your
I-
species.
I don't remember
Please
this
remove
part of
their
it.
corpse
Yeah,
from
they
the
might have added
area
more dialogue.
and
I think they added
instruct
more
another
dialogue.
human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of
Oh,
this game is not lost on them.
It's kind of
When you've done that,
inconsistent.
just step out into the hallway.
It's kind of inconsistent because the tracking is, I don't know, it's a free program that kind of works. Also, I changed it from what it was because it was doing more advanced expressions and it kept freaking out, so I just changed it. So maybe that's why they're constantly closed. I also could not be opening my eyes up very much right now.
Do you have like a ring light on your face or something?
No.
You not figure that out. That's fair.
My curtains are also closed, and I will not be opening them for undisclosed reasons. I'm still sitting in the room closet. Should I continue to sit in the room closet, or should I continue the game?
I mean, how long do you have to sit here for?
I don't know. Oh, thank you for following, Alexis Marie. Yeah, I don't know how long I have to sit here for. I think it's a long time. I think it's like actually a few hours.
Probably.
I want more dialogue. Can I punch the narrator? I hate the I don't remember like everything that happens in this game. All I know is I have a vehement hatred for the narrator now. Actually, I think there's one a few endings where I felt bad for him, but mostly he's just annoying. Understandable. I think you can go in and out of the closet. I'll try that.
Ah, second player. It's good to have
Second
you on board.
player.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps
Yeah?
there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
I'd love
Fish,
to have him.
fungus. Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Stories are for babies. Oh, he didn't say anything. Darn.
Welcome the monkey.
I really want him to say something. What if I walk in and out like 17
How
times?
far back, like how far can you go and still make it back to the broom closet?
I think this door closes behind you.
Okay.
Coming to a
Dang
staircase,
it!
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. Oh, I remember this one actually. I want a key. I need lots of keys. Ooh. What is that? Can I read it? Hi, Lonnie.
Your stream is too low resolution to read it.
Well, so is the. Hey, is it gone? First, this is first period and left into. There's no way I'm gonna read that. If only I had a magnifying glass. It's impressive I could read any of the words on that.
Yeah.
Can I say I've got good vision?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
I missed the
Admitting he had
ability
left
to
his
jump.
post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
I think you're my
And
boss.
then something occurred to
And
Stanley.
you are crazy.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
This is
For
weird to be in
example,
here.
why couldn't he see his feet
I
when he
remember
looked
this one.
down? Why did doors close automatically behind him
Why is there a
wherever
painting
he
down
went?
here?
And
Why's
for
there a
that
copy
matter,
machine?
these rooms were
it's
starting to look
darker.
pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Lucid
I may
dreaming
as
is
well enjoy
dangerous.
this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying
Yeah, it was
and
already
began to
starting.
gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was
Strange.
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a
meta.
voice describing me,
love this game.
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing
How's
the
if I
voice
stop
speak these
walking?
words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact
But
a dream.
did he?
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
But it's the voice that
So
said
he
that.
closed his eyes gently and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world
I hate it when I dream
outside
about my
this one.
coworkers disappearing and being trapped in an office with the voice in my
Let me
head.
wake up,
Yeah, that's the
he
worst kind of
thought to
dream.
himself.
Also,
I'm through with
hello,
this dream.
Kay's icon.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
Dang, they got stressful.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
I remember when I first got this idea.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself,
The
then
Mariella
collapsed dead
Parable.
on the sidewalk. And although
No
she
way.
would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Doesn't make me feel better.
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Ran. The Mariella Parable. Cool. Got the crazy end. Isn't there one where you just like lock yourself in
But
your
Stanley
office?
simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
Mariella is just
He had
used to
never
seeing
been
dead bodies
trained
of
for
crazy
that.
people, I guess.
No.
Yeah, I
This
am
couldn't
too,
go
actually.
anywhere except badly. The
Hi,
thing to do
Jones.
now, Stanley thought to
Poor
himself,
Stanley. I think
is
he's
to
real
wait.
and definitely not crazy.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed.
I'm not sure I
Then
believe that
days.
I'm not crazy, let alone
Had years
Stanley.
gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew
Yeah,
for sure, beyond
Oh, now
any
it's
doubt,
locked.
was that if he waited
There's no
long
ability
enough,
to tell.
the
Zooms
answers
out.
would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Who's arriving?
Soon, very soon now,
Them.
this will
Answers.
end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now
Help
it's
me.
just a little bit closer.
You gotta, you know,
Now it's even closer.
play the
Here it comes.
confused employee. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, that's it?
Apparently.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
I remember
mean?
there being a longer one.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley
I guess I
looked,
should follow
he
the
couldn't find
instructions
a
first. I don't
trace of
know
his
what
co-workers.
endings they added. But apparently I do remember some of them.
They added a lot, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but like, so far I haven't found any.
Well, yeah.
Wait, I don't even know which way he said to go. Wait, that's where I came from, I'm stupid, okay. There's only one way.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
411.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I'm not sure there
Feeling
are
a wave
people
of
in this company.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You'll know when you found new content. Fair. Yeah, probably. Because, I mean,
Coming to a staircase,
they're at least familiar
Stanley
when I've seen
walked
them before.
upstairs to his boss's office.
I hope it happens not a long time from now. Well, executive bathroom, is that what it?
Yeah.
I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse. Why? What? Why is this in the
Weird
bathroom?
words.
Ah, yes, poetry. Poetry about stealing inside the bathroom? I forgot I can't really interact with myself that much. That's strange. Can I lock myself in the bathroom? Magazine. Extreme bathrooms. Oh! I didn't even see that. That's good. I wish I could do... Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century. Tired of getting air
Crouch button?
on your part. Oh, there is. Well, that does not help me.
That does not help.
That does not help. It's so much
Does
worse.
not help. Oops.
They just don't want me to be able to read stuff, I guess. It's really ominous how doors just close behind you. Eight. I love that part. Wait. I'm gonna go the wrong. Whoa! What is... Sheesh! Business strategy, that's what it says. Strategy, actually. They cannot spell. Doors monthly?
Outdoors monthly.
Help! I can't find my cat. Could be indoors.
Could he be
Wallpaper.
indoors?
It says be. It doesn't say he be. Shapes. Is the cone the new triangle? Exclusive. Lenny Smith talks about his new box? What does that even mean? Can I go in the elevator? I can. Why? Up. I said up. Oh no. The elevator music. Why is it shaking so much? This is making me almost more uncomfortable than an actual elevator does.
You're not comfortable on elevators?
I mean, if they're like... Okay, I don't actually mind them, usually, but sometimes they're like... scary. Especially the one in my apartment. Well, my old apartment. But it has great elevator music featuring the narrator. Where is the narrator in this elevator music? I don't hear him. The elevator needs to vibe to the elevator music too. True, Jones. Apparently that's what's happening right now. I think I've... Oh! I hear him now.
Scatting.
I think I made a mistake. You can hear him humming along. That's cute. But I don't want to be here anymore. I had to press it again the whole time. That's not how... Hold on. What?
I think it would have kept going until you had pressed the button again.
Yeah, you're right. But why? That's not how elevators work.
Go down.
It's gonna be the same thing. Oh!
Okay, yeah, she does the same thing.
But why the game? Yeah, true. This really is. But why the game? So spamming it just causes it to spit you back out on the same level again. That's good to know, I guess. Okay, fine. I'll do the thing I'm supposed to do.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
Oh,
discover
why is it
not
so
an
low
indication
quality?
of any human
Like a
life.
fake
The game's from
piano.
2014.
Unraveled,
No,
Stanley
it's just, it's
wondered
funny.
in
Everything else
disbelief
like looks
who
pretty clear and
orchestrated
then it's
this.
just like,
What dark secret was being held
it's
from
like a
him?
PNG.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Wow, that's really secret.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Darn.
8.
Yo! awarded for getting any of the other achievements as your first.
Stanley
I got
just
an
sat
achievement,
around
and then I got an
twiddling his
achievement for
thumbs.
getting an achievement.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
It almost.
2845.
Wait, sorry, what was the last one? I couldn't quite catch it.
Forgot, but it turns out that the power of emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all
What?
by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story.
Narrator's so done with you. I'm done with him.
Well,
Get this voice out of my head. I am the most expensive boss. Carte Blanche El Monte Blanc. Okay. I don't know how to that sounded so American, but I can't speak French. Sewage Lilies by Claude Money. Lumine. By the way, Cynthia, you played the baby game already? What do you mean by the baby game? I mean, the only game I've been playing recently is AI. Are you talking about AI? Because I didn't play that today. I don't know what else. I mean, I don't see how that would be the baby game. You'll know the baby game if you've seen it. I will?
Oh, like in
this game?
Parable?
Oh, in this game. No, I have not. Maybe I have and I forgot, but I don't think I have.
Do you remember
Actually,
last
now
time you
it
played
sounds kind of... No. At least 3 years ago. I think
Game
I'm...
will tell you.
Not this game. The other one. Like,
Yeah.
I can go look at it, I guess.
I'll tell you last played.
Well, I know that, but... I might have opened it once, and then... Last played November 3rd, 2020, but I think I actually played through the game before that. And now I'm trying to get the... I mean, in Stanley you would probably remember. Yeah. Sounds like I would. Maybe... I don't know. I guess not.
Remember.
Descending
Yeah, I was
deeper
gonna say
into
that,
the
and I didn't.
building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt
Ew.
more free to think for himself,
I hate
to
those.
question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yes. What you just said. I hate emotions. Imagine having emotions. Couldn't be me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Stanley did not walk through the
Although
large
this
door that said
passageway
Mind
had the
Control
word
Facility.
Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent
No, that's
death.
unfortunate. Better than Mind Control.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back
I'm
on
not
track.
listening.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort
You
to
got
walk
it.
forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Nice. Ooh, looks lovely. Wasn't that violent? Wow. I'm super. Oh wait, it's like there's an incinerator, isn't there?
As the machine
Oh, is that
whirred
a
into
Zero
motion,
Escape reference?
and Stanley was
Ayo.
inched closer and
What's a
closer to
portal
his
gun when you need
demise,
one? For
he
real.
reflected that his life had been of no
Hey, it's
consequence
still
whatsoever.
actually. Is this
Stanley
better or
can't
worse
see
than
the
getting
bigger
sawed in
picture.
half?
He doesn't know the real story.
Better?
Trapped forever in his narrow vision
Is it?
of what this world is.
This
Perhaps
you
his
would
death
feel
was of no
very
great
little.
loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly
That's fair. I don't even know if you
accepted
die
this
instantly if you
violent
got
end
sawed
to
in
his
half,
brief
because
and
it's
shallow
probably
Sawing in
blood
half,
loss.
you might be alive for
Farewell,
like
Stanley.
a decent amount of seconds.
I can't jump in this game. Lol. I'm not dead.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Nice. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
The narrator is dead.
When every path you
remember this,
can
actually.
walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Credits. Kevin Briding as the narrator. Who is the other
I've never
narrator?
seen Kevin ring like that before.
Huh?
I've seen
Oh.
Kevin ring like that.
He's probably British.
Yeah, I guess.
Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013. I'm trying to find the woman who's speaking right now. Maybe it's Jan Stroman, but I don't know. Wait, it's my sister's name. We won't know which one. Lol. Aw, can't go in.
They're not real.
You're not real.
No.
Wait, there's two ways. I don't know. Which way do I go? Someone tell me which way to go.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Right or left, chat? I don't know how you feel about going for specific options or endings, but if you want, I can give you a how to get to baby game, but only if you want. I don't want to be second narrator. That's fair. I may get to the point where I want people to tell me how to get certain endings, but at least right now, I think I'm gonna at least play through the ones that are more obvious and see if any of them are different. I do not want to pick.
She says asking chat if she goes left or right.
Yes. Filing. Thank you. I couldn't tell what those were, actually, until you put that there, so I really appreciate the sign. Corridor. The two doors. This kind of makes me mad for some reason, and I can't figure out why.
What do you mean it makes you mad?
I don't know.
What is that even like? What makes you mad?
This like layout thing.
You showing miniatures?
Am I what?
You don't like miniatures?
No, it's not because they're miniature. Leslie Staples. Gotcha. Thank you. Wait, I should go up the stairs. No, it's just like, I don't know. It's like I cannot explain it. I don't understand it myself. Office layout. Nature paintings. Cool. I guess I should just pick a direction.
Yes.
What are these? My favorite! It makes a good sound. Button sounds. Oh. Eight.
That's 5
Eight. No, I
Eight.
thought they were just buttons, but they're not just buttons. They're sound effects. They're actually in the game. That's an octave. You're welcome, for anyone who didn't know that.
Oh, we got a music major here. Hold on a second.
Not me over here trying to figure out what the intervals of these buttons are. I'm sorry. I'm going this way.
Oh, left. Okay.
Cool. It's just so... Why is there a copy machine here?
Are you mad at like
The office. Why is it a museum? Fun.
This game's been through a lot of iterations.
Copy machines are very important to the narrator. See, I can't tell if I missed something or if you're joking. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. What do you mean far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of... This game is jokey and on the nose. See, I can't even tell if that's serious or not, because, like, their intention...
That's probably true.
That it was too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game?
That could make sense.
I guess that's fair. Ultra Deluxe announcements. Oh. I haven't actually seen this. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for the promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Dear narrator, will the Stanley Parable of Infinite Quest? How many endings? Oh. I don't know if I can read out loud. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a tuck? Some questions? These people get it. How is the games? How is the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. :D from a cool man. Okay.
Cool man.
Oto Tampio. Question: are you a rock? Or are you high? Why is it the whole email? From Anthony W. Subject: what is this strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of the number 111-2800 is? No. Sergei Medvedko asking the narrator. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? So does that mean I can enter other rooms? I have burning questions. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain with a magician to receive it? And finally, most important question of all, what is Stanley's last name? Congratulations. Be the first to apply for your claim after 24 hours. Congratulations.
Greetings, omnipotent voice.
I wanted to tell you I liked the Stanley Parable as much as I liked seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. Indeed, I liked it as much as I liked walking in the park. I couldn't read the rest of it. Okay, that's...
And dare I say pushing buttons.
I like pushing buttons. Other people like pushing my buttons. Hi, Terry. Ooh, phone. The apartment timer. In a previous version... Oh. That's cool, I didn't know that. Oh, it asked me if I played the game before I played this. So I wonder if that's why I can see all this. I don't know what's going on, but wanted to say hi real quick before Hotpot. Well, hello. I hope you have a good time getting Hotpot. Yeah, I'm looking at a museum of things, and I can't tell how much of it is satirical. I think most of it is satirical. No, that choice does not affect the museum, only the new content. Okay.
Most of this is like images from either the older versions.
Wait, so if it only affects the new content, then does that mean like the new content is only in the game if I say I've played the other one before, or is it just there are things that are different about the new content, whether or not you played it? The cargo lift. There's so many rooms here. Zending levers?
Z-ending?
Zending. Oh, I can't pull it. Zending. The... Wait, I think I remember this actually.
Whoa,
Zen ending.
Merged.
Is cut and merge in the original or in this game? Escape menu. For a long time, we had to end it when the player restarted from the escape menu. What is the escape menu?
Like when you press escape.
Oh. I'm stupid. Okay, I kind of want to leave the museum now. Well,
There's it.
apparently.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Who? Are there two of me? Am I two?
I think you and the narrator.
Yeah, probably.
Can you
There's two of
see?
me.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Oh, so this must be they're saying this happened. People that couldn't figure it out because it didn't say that you were supposed to do it, maybe. Actually, I don't know.
See what happens.
I will. The new content shows up, you'll see it pretty easily after a certain amount of endings completed, depending on if you say you've played it before. Okay. So if you already got an ending in the first game, then it doesn't count? I've only done endings that I got in the first game, I think.
I think it counts anyway, right?
Quit to menu? Let's try it, I guess.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company.
Well,
All the way back here.
I guess I shouldn't trust her.
I mean, you did
All of his
stop that from
co-workers were
happening.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Yeah,
decided to
but-
go to the meeting room.
But now I
Perhaps
kind of
he
want
had
to see what
simply
happens
missed
if
a
you do
memo.
get crushed.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, well,
I wonder what that could be.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Why can't I go that way? How dare you? That was mean.
Cardboard
That was so mean. You see that? This is the story about how Stanley's life got turned way upside down. Exactly, you get it. Man,
freshman Twilight reference.
I just want to read a show I haven't seen. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is ominous. I like how Zycon was like, you'll get the new content if you do a certain number of endings, and then I walk out and they're it's like,
thank
hey,
you
new
for playing
content.
The Stanley Parable
You'll know.
Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
No way.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
I don't
features
like that.
exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I remember
Oh,
when
well,
they were
this
marketing the
sounds
game,
delightful.
they were like,
I'm
no
very
one should
excited
buy
to see
this.
the thrilling new Ultra
That was part of
Deluxe
their
content.
marketing. So, that's something.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah? You think?
Is it broken? What's going
Wee,
on
elevator
here?
content.
Should we
Elevator
we
Cooper.
be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right,
We go
finally,
up.
at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if
So excited for new
let's
content.
see the content. Give me the content,
Yeah,
Stanley.
me too. I want this content. Wow. Look at this content. I love white walls.
All right. All right.
This is
let's
not
see
new.
it's
Yeah, what if
The jump circle?
there's just nothing? What if all the new content is just...
I think they were making fun of the fact that they didn't have the content, but they definitely did. No, I'm pretty sure the jump circle is in the last games. I've done this before, I swear. I don't know if I got all the endings in the original game, to be fair. No. Oh, my jump's back. That's mean.
At least all.
Well, jump circle was not in the original game? Then why do I remember it? That's kind of sus.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something
It's
else,
a lift
right?
now.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours
my
of
only
new
notes
content
are
right
you should
there.
have given me
Hell, I
unlimited
could count to 30
jobs.
trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Something makes me... The fact that there's a chair and then there's like a bridge to my death is kind of uncomfortable to me. Like, what?
There's a safety railing.
Oh good, I want to look over the edge of the void. Trademark. Oh no, the narrator is going. He's gonna be sealing soon.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
Hey, it's
This
not
is
my
what
game.
happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
You're not my friend. I like sitting and looking at indoor catwalks, but he didn't even give me a choice! I don't actually like doing that. Indoor catwalks are something. Yo, we just dead named X. I mean... Wait, did he actually say Twitter? I zoned out. I believe
Just
it.
get Twitter.
I refuse to call it X. I will never call it X. And
You're
I also
calling X
won't
right
use
now,
it.
you're-
Nope.
Okay.
It's Twitter. It's Twitter. It's Twitter. What's X? I never heard of that. I hate Mondays. I'm with you there, pal. I could totally see the devs releasing an update just to update and mock the name change. Yeah, that's something they would totally do, honestly. Can we go into the painting?
Yeah, tomorrow's 6-4 actually.
No way. It's fun.
You have to BLJ into the painting.
Yeah, validating.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Nah. Screw you.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool
No, I do,
surprise I
actually.
made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyways. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
now you want to?
You're not.
Never mind, you're not a dork.
You're a dork anyways.
I have a bad feeling about this. You can't jump. No, seriously. Oh, I think I keep pressing spacebar without even realizing it. So it's got an achievement. It says, you can't jump. We disabled it. Elevator content is better than vent content. Yeah, this is synth sush I'm venting right now. No cap.
For real, for real.
For real.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
The chairs lined up. Just so many copy machines. Wait.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone
2013,
remind you of
when
how
Stanley Parable
wonderful
was
Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013?
A game
when
where the
game
developers
originally
constantly make fun of the player
Back
for
then,
buying it.
video games had integrity. Back
Greatest
then,
fault.
it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
The British Academy. They just pasted over The Last of Us. Bruh. Buy on Steam.
Wow. Kind of throwback, actually.
Let's begin again. Smile because... So the narrator is just depressed, basically. Can relate. The TV. Unachievable. Nice. Okay, that one is legendary. I'm gonna get it. The natural, reliable narrator. So true. I trust this narrator in my life. I actually hate him. British Academy Award. New video game releasing today. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Records go from scandal to new crisis. Okay, there's no way this is real, but like... It looks kind of real, which is concerning.
You have 50% off designer hat.
Oh, but a small creature owns the other half. I mean, they got the layout right, is more what I mean. Now this one doesn't have actual words. I guess that one doesn't either. In loving memory, little Stanley. Is that a hamster?
I can't tell. Can you crash?
Yeah, it is. How many endings did I miss? Hot tub.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the
What is
Stanley
this?
Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created."
Wow,
Did you
but
hear
I
that,
can't even
Stanley?
jump.
Every
Jump?
game ever
Jump.
created. That's how
Took away
grand
my
and
ability to jump.
all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was
Wow.
all of them.
That's
And
every
now
game right there.
it's
2
nothing.
games.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
Go to therapy!
Husk now. A lifeless husk
The Stanley
with an
Parable. The
hour
Stanley
of new
Parable.
elevator content.
Wait, is the Stanley Parable unlimited games?
Unlimited games? Wait, you've been playing Skyrim this whole time? You know, it's like I didn't know either. This this is crazy. This is insane. It is an insane revelation,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's a picture of Minecraft, isn't it?
It's a grass top.
Picture of Portal on the other wall.
Where?
Turn around.
What did you say? Aw. Games? Unlimited games, but no game. we have summoned Terry. Portal and Minecraft. Great memories. I mean, true. But they're not here. Actually, no, I think there are endings or parts of the Stanley Parable that have both of those games in, if I actually recall correctly.
Well, Portal would make sense because it's the same engine.
No, like, I think there was, like, a moment that was Minecraft, and a moment that was Portal, but I don't know. It sounds very familiar. It's been a long time since I played. Smiley face button! Cry.
Can't jump.
They were in the 2013... So they were in there. I was right. Huh. Maybe I have to go back and play that. No, but I want to go outside without cheating.
Not cheating.
It's cheating.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley
Source.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in
Repeatable
games,
carpet
and one that
textures.
offers some of the most enjoyable,
Ready
surprising,
for
and
your game
rewarding
project.
choices I've ever been
Grass
confronted
trial
with in a
version.
game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
So this
It
game
didn't
is just
need anything else.
depressed
It
about
didn't
how it's
need
not
new
a different
content.
game.
It just needed to be
Also
left
a mood.
alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Going the wrong way has never felt so right. That I agree with. Screw following instructions. Really? Really? Wait. But it's not allowed to be serious? Serious room. I want to go in the serious room. I'm a very serious person. Very serious and studious person. I deserve to go in the serious room. Yeah. You would know fault. For Scott K? Okay.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Oh! I can go in the maintenance room now. If you cheated via console in the 2013 game, narrator would take you to the serious room and prank you. That's really good, actually. What, cheated via console as in just, like, change the time?
No, if
Or
you,
you actually, like-
press tilde, you can open up the in-game console, and then you can type like
Wait.
cheat commands.
Hang on. I don't recall
Oh,
this
that kind
part
of
of the
console.
memory zone before. What's this? What's down
I thought you
here?
meant, like, a game console, not the console of your computer.
No. Console of the game.
What was the console of the game?
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Honestly.
Honestly, I could not be
Who's gonna
bothered to
read it?
play this game to full completion. The narrator is
What a power
obnoxious
move.
and unfunny.
Putting
with
the-
his humor and dialogue
It-
proving
it might
to
not be
more
real,
irritating
actually.
than entertaining.
But if it is, it's so
probably
funny.
is.
Funny. I'm not trying to be
Well, because
funny.
they posted
I'm
after
trying
the
to make
game,
a
this
serious
game
work
came
of
out.
art. I suppose I could write up a
Unfunny.
handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable,
All
but the
blurry.
game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
The reviews are real, but usernames changed.
That's fair.
Oh. So they have, like, slight respect, but also will. That's really funny, actually. Unfunny? Me too, narrator. I'm also not funny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I?
Want the
You can
truth?
tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse
Nope.
to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say?
9.8 hours.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh!
8 hours on
A
record.
skip button.
I remember this.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go...
No hesitation
Okay,
whatsoever.
welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That
Oh,
last
really?
one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Don't care.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really true. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
I'm a terrible
Stanley,
person.
I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing?
No, he
Me
really
just
is
talking?
rambling.
But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all.
As
I
what?
don't know what
It's
the game wants you to do.
Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time.
Talk about an
I stopped
unhealthy
keeping
relationship.
track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
You're gonna
I
lecture
felt
me now?
nothing at all.
Keep going.
Skip again.
I'm gonna skip again. Hold on. I can't believe he's like, have you ever sat in one place? Yeah, shut up.
Nerd.
What is beeping?
Right.
Fire alarm?
Oh, ran out of battery or something?
But they didn't understand the game was never
What?
meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
I don't remember it beeping so many times.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never
Oh,
the
no.
end, is never the 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 end.
Meanwhile,
is
thousands
never
of
the
years in
end,
the
is never-
future. Oh, what do you know? It waning.
It's gonna be a lot of digits at this point. Anybody here just gonna...
There we go. Nice. Can I leave now? No, I need the walls to weather a little more. Sun. There's a bug. The button is coming back slower now. Ooh! Portal 2.
It just sees like greenery. Oh, Portal 2.
Okay, am I wrong?
Uh-oh.
Half-Life 2?
Hey, this has gotta be like millions of years at this point. Half-Life 2 has greenery.
Yeah, but apocalypse.
Portal
That's a
2's also
scary
in the
noise.
apocalypse.
Your mom was in the apocalypse.
Portal 2 takes place at the same time as Avatar 2.
I know I'm pressing the button this minute. Whoa! You know, I'm not sure that's how erosion works. But, sure.
What do you mean?
I don't know, it's just like the fact that the room isn't fully destroyed. I can't stand on it. Wow, the entire ocean is gone. That's pretty neat, I guess. Let's go this way.
Pick a direction. We're going.
There's like stuff on my monitor, I think. So wait, no, that's the horizon. Hard to tell.
Yeah, my monitor's dirty. What an ending.
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to
Wait, so
check
what
on his
happens if you
co-workers.
go to
He
the
never
new
functioned
content,
well
but,
by
like, don't
himself
listen to them?
and constantly needed support and guidance from others.
There isn't
so
the
the
new
thought
content.
of total
You
solitude
don't go
was
in the vent,
terrifying to
you
him.
know?
Oh yeah.
What happens if you do that?
I don't know. I think the new content happens sooner. Never mind, this is the new content. New content. Okay.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show
He
you.
wants to show me something, Walt. If you didn't go in the vent, you would just go into the two doors room in there.
Okay.
Oh, I can't jump. I can't believe I got a notification for how many times I tried to jump and couldn't. Let me in.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra
Did he
deluxe
just forget
version
everything that
turned out to
happened?
be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live
When
up
he,
to
you
that
know,
legacy.
died.
So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Did he die?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce
I'd
for
be
the
more
first
concerned
time
if he didn't
ever,
die.
the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Wow, the game has a sequel.
Yes,
No
you
way.
see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An
Wow.
entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Off
This
painting.
is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah, you think?
Calling it
They're
the Stanley
back
Parable
2
2
doors.
is just so much
Side of mirror,
catchier
2
than
doors.
Ultra Deluxe, don't you
It's-
think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even
Side
mean?
view there, 2
But the
doors.
Stanley Parable 2, now
Equal
that's an
slide.
artistic statement right there.
Oh,
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take
Great.
a look at some of the features I've been developing
two,
for
all the different twos.
I figure
Who
that
took
if
the
I
red
can
marker?
loosely
Me.
organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Silent.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy
Buddy, you need
magic
to work on
than
more
anything
than your, just,
scientific or
than your
logical,
logo.
really.
Logo. I can't speak. Logo. New features! Why is there a content bus? Sure.
All aboard.
I'll aboard the content bus.
Like the Pog tent.
What?
The
This
Pog
one,
tent.
it's a convention center?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some
Exclusive.
of
The
new
button that says the
features.
name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Enjoy the new features. Merch. I saw the new content.
Wait, is that a real QR code?
No way to find out. I'm checking it right now.
So what?
Oh, Jones is live right now. I want that shirt. Me too. Honestly.
It is the official website for the Stanley Parable too.
No way.
I was hoping they would actually sell merch, but they don't.
Enjoy the rest of the exhibit. Man.
You gotta hear your name said out loud, right?
That's kind of scary, actually. Because I don't
For
know
the Stanley Parable
if it's going to
2,
do my
I
Steam
asked
name or if it's
myself,
going to do the
It'll do
name of my
what do
computer.
players really want?
If it even works
And of
at all.
course, the first and most obvious answer is
No,
that
I
they
think it's
want
gonna
to be
do-
individually
I think it's gonna read my game
recognized
files.
and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which I should have
Never
clarified.
mind.
Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course,
My
in
name
the
is
final
Jim.
game, this button will
I didn't
say
know that.
your name, whatever name
I'm
that
okay with
is.
people knowing my
Here,
name,
let's
but
have
I
you role
try
play
not
as
to,
Jim
like,
to really simulate the full experience.
advertise
of this
it, I
feature.
guess.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
But a lot of people who
Okay,
watch my
here
stream
we
do
go.
know my
Let's
real
take
name.
a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
He's probably a jerk.
Sleeping and waking as Jim. Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's
I don't need to be
possibilities
Jim
as
to do any of
and
these
as Jim,
things.
watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
What does it mean to be
If
Jim?
so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes, you see.
Okay, he's
what a
crazy.
thrill, what a rush. That was you. The
Nice
button
to meet
describes
you,
Do
Jim.
it again. Do it again.
No fun described you.
I don't like this. Why is he stealing my identity?
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder
You
the
need
second
help!
time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all
Wait,
of this
you-
personal
So
validation.
headcanon, is his name Jim? His name must be
Narrators?
Jim. Yeah. Now imagine your name was actually Jim. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how to imagine.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away.
Jim.
Otherwise, soon you'll
Jim.
start to lose
Jim.
all sense of who you
Jim.
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
Just phases.
He took my button.
Whoa there, cowboy.
I'm gonna riot.
That's too much Jim.
I was becoming Jim. This is true escapism. When you're sad, just become Jim. And be sad as Jim instead. It's the best way. Why is that?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Why? The Jim Parable. Yeah, who's Stanley? You heard Jim in the game. Taste the sequel.
An
Epilogue.
epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out
It's
later.
Stanley.
Infinite hole.
I didn't look at all that stuff. Stanley Parable 2 Reassurance Bucket. New feature. Settings World Champion. I have to go back. Oh, there's a staircase here. Free, new and easy achievement. Please no screenshots. Well, you know what I gotta do.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version,
Wait, how
the
do you-
office could
yeah.
use a bit of
Cool.
decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and
He didn't say
Happy
anything.
12th Birthday.
Well, like,
which would
do
you go
hear like
with?
the Steam screenshot sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there might not be in the Gym before then.
Lame.
Right?
Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, Japanese. What is...
Couldn't decide
You know,
between the two.
sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Who is your step-niece? Okay. What? It's everywhere now.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
I hate it.
The reassurance bucket?
Please, no screenshots. No. The balloons. Investor Showcase, the magazine. Cool. Boring. Free, new and easy achievement. It just works. I can't believe it's that simple. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Nope.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Oh.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers name drop.
Gamers.
I'm a gamer. Give it to me right now. I'm gonna hit it with a wrench. No. Dang it.
My face with no achievements.
Face one. Sad old man. But what about gamerettes? Do they hear them too? Hey, give me. I don't know. They don't seem to be listening to me very well. They're not giving me the achievement. Sorry, I'll stop doing that. I would just sit there and pulling the lever for
It might work at some
an
point.
inordinately long amount of time. It wouldn't. It'd be really funny if it did.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Why do you care? Can you find them? Can you find? That's terrifying, actually.
Collect them all.
It's just, the fact that there's no punctuation scares me.
Collectibles. Now it's a
What?
real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around
Where?
gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines.
This
And
looks
what's
like the end of the
truly innovative
universe.
Is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
There'll be no
I don't want to
reward.
stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect.
So you know there will be no
and then you
purpose.
move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Wow. Don't go towards the light, or rather, do go towards the light. Well, I want the collectible. No way. A sad man. I got it. I got the sad man. I can't go back.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Who's a Stanley? Our name is Jim now. You know what? You're right. He hasn't actually said my name for a while. It's the Jim Parable now. Okay. That seems scientific. Time
Yep.
deeper. The axes. Ow.
Stanley,
moth.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never
I
been done
wanna
before
go
in a
in the
video game.
bottomless hole.
This is in fact a hole that you can
Take
fall
me.
down forever. That's right. Infinite
Hole.
falling. You can fall until the end of time if you
Whee!
like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see,
Okay,
it's
good.
wonderful. One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I love deep holes.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
No, I'm good.
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Interesting. The sound is changing still. It's almost like this whole
Stanley, I don't
isn't
know quite how to
bottomless.
say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well,
Infinitely
that sort
deep
of
holes.
depends on your definition of infinity.
shepherd's
From
tongue.
one perspective, the infinite
Science
is merely
things.
philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you.
I remember
You
this
found the
also.
bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're
I'm gonna
so
go to sleep
clever.
down here.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Maybe
What
I
one
wanted to
person
take fall
actually
damage.
wants to fall infinitely.
Then why'd you
think
make
that
an
the
infinite
was as
hole,
deep as
idiot?
Anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I think you're deflected. You can see the top.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't
It makes
we
it
just put
funnier that I
those
yelled at him
behind us
also.
and agreed to just call the whole mostly infinite. If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
So
I'll just be
tiny.
up here when you're ready.
What happens if you don't?
What do you guys say? Should I stay in the hole? Meeting at
Gotta be down.
2 p.m. Why is 2 in quotes? Meeting at 2 p.m. What just happened?
Where?
It doesn't matter. But my Streamlabs is doing a weird thing.
There's so many cigarettes.
Because why not? Someone didn't
Oh,
make it to their
that's
2
pretty
p.m. meeting. It did. Oh, it's because I have a weird shortcut. Control S is also a shortcut for Streamlabs. That's annoying. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Thank you.
Numeral.
No, I'm tired of it.
Numeral.
Short.
Hey,
Wait,
it's a
short
good
what?
song.
Just the wait. Is that like, what is that from?
It's a song. I don't know. What is it?
I mean, it's called It's the Two of Us, but I don't know what it's from.
Bill Withers.
I think I saw I had a cover of it. Okay, well,
Great.
I'll go to
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
it. Mostly Infinite Hole. Again, you're right. I could go back in. Wait, more hole content. Pog.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. Abnormal.
Not normal.
Would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time.
You know, I think
Don't
you're
need to see
wrong.
it
I think
all,
he just
but
doesn't
not
know
you.
what
Oh,
a
no,
normal
no,
human
no,
would
no.
do.
You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite
I'm going
hole.
to
I didn't
destroy
think it
the
was
hole.
that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If
Again.
you decide you've had enough
Yeah,
of the
I'll do
hole,
it again.
you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Crazy
I suspect
hypothesis.
that I'm starting to hit the point
entrance
where
is
it's no
closer.
longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here?
I'm breaking
Stanley,
your hole.
I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
Schrodinger's hole.
Let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Now he wants me to. Now I don't want to do it
Well,
anymore.
there it is. The shame of my lie has come
Oh.
to haunt me. Not only is the hole... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh, I can't jump, so I actually have to press
Yeah, I
it.
have to, yeah.
It doesn't work.
Is the teleport button not working?
Uh-oh, I'm
You
trapped.
sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever
There's
have asked
one thing I can do to
for.
fix
It's
this,
a win
leave.
for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Oh, my beloved.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Oh my gosh, do I have to quit? What? Jim X hole. Yeah, give me is happy.
We've satisfied.
I'm having an out-of-body experience. Why is there music playing? The hole! This is the kind of the content I'm here for. It's the real elevator content. Yo. This is a cool elevator, guys. What do you think?
Wait, is it an elevator?
Ah! Why does he look like that? I'm keeping it on this one. Change your perception.
Change perspective?
This is amazing. This is like Persona music. Holes are great! I agree. It's kind of a bop. Change your reality, not yet. I got a vibe for a bit. I kind of want to, change reception again, but I don't want the song. Oh, whatever, I'll try it. Whoa. That's scary. Jim jump scare. Don't press G again? Well, I wanted to hear different music.
Uh-oh.
You know, I didn't think it could keep getting weirder.
Yeah, this kind of music.
Kinda. My timing is perfect.
My head's stronger. You're no longer
What?
using up the space of mine.
Do they not want a copyright claim or something? Is Bjork a writer for this game? I don't know. Could be. I honestly don't know who that is, to be fair. What is this? Ah! How many different songs are there? That sounds like a duck. A horror duck. If I was gonna write a horror song about a duck, a deeply weird musician. That does sound familiar. Wow. I'm uncomfortable.
Yep.
Where's the bop? I want the bop back. reception is only getting worse. Guys, I think I'm going insane.
I think I might be trying to change reality.
She's starting to hit a little too close to home. Like, they make Terry, you, and myself all look well adjusted. That's comforting. Funky music never comes back. No!
Oh yeah, we've looped. We've heard this.
Yeah. Ah. Purple.
Change perspective again?
Whoa. What the heck is happening? Yo. What is that? Ah! I'm so... Yo. I don't know what's happening anymore. What is
I
that?
like that one.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh,
Darn
but you're
it.
awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
No! Why'd you wake me up?
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want
I'm
you to be wide awake
angry.
for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up?
He just wants to force me to have psychological torture. He's like, I'll wake you up to make sure you're really paying attention to the
will
hole.
have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking
He's
forward
like
to all of them. Stay
a
alert,
psychopath.
Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Please, can we go back to the hallucinogenics?
We get back to the book.
I want the drugs back. I want the drug ending. He just wants me to be psychologically tortured. He's just like me for real. Hey, give me, at least you're not, anyway.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Wait, what? Sure, I'll try out the reassurance bucket. I'm very scared for this one, actually.
Why?
I don't know, I have a bad
The
feeling
common
about it.
complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Give me the
It's
problem
the
is,
Stanley
I didn't think of what I was
Parable.
gonna say before I started
Reassurance
talking, and I think it's
bucket.
funnier if I
You see,
don't say
Stanley,
anything.
anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will
Where
fill
is
your
it then,
mind
huh?
and heart.
Where is my piece that you
As long as
promised?
you
Oh,
hold on to
good.
the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable
want
will
it.
feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even
Give
come
me your
to
insanity
long
bucket
for the
right now.
gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be
That's
honest,
a
it's a
big
much
promise.
more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
See, he's the
the
psychopath.
bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay. You see? You
Feel
see?
it? The
You
glow
see?
of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must
Bucket.
already be sweeping
Yay.
through your body. And in fact,
I am easily
can I say
entertained.
that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the
Homestuck
slightest
fans
bit
should not
more
play this
attractive
game.
as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and
Jump
on,
in the
don't
hole
they?
with the bucket.
All
Oh,
this
wait,
and
does
more.
it do
That's a
anything?
good idea, and it's
In
not
the
probably now,
Stanley
probably.
Parable too.
Wait, it will. Yo, I'm doing that.
Does anyone give out
I don't think you
awards
can get
for
back to the hole.
most
Are you
The
sure?
rest
enjoyable
of the game.
bucket in a video game? That really should be an
Should be
award if it isn't already.
I love how this game just kind of forces you to always talk over it. I'm going to attempt.
Keep it like Terry does the gnome in Half-Life Alex.
Keep what, huh?
Keep the bucket.
No! Cries. Icon was right.
Rip.
Look how sad Jim looks. Rigged. So real. I hate the narrator. Anyone want to kill him with me? Yeah, I'm sad now. I already was sad, but that's beside the point. Now what? I already got the collectible too.
The exit, it's
Darkness. I'm sadder. You know, that's fair. What's worse than being sad than being sadder?
like being dead or something, I don't know.
No comment.
Okay.
What are these Rorschach
Yeah, it's supposed to be
things?
like a
Like, why
Rorschach
is it?
test.
Or how do you pronounce that? I don't know how to pronounce it.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
That makes me uncomfortable, actually. Oh, I don't like that. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but I don't like that.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you
Why
like all of the new
is it
features?
the bottomless
Yes,
pit?
I know it's not exactly
The
clear
office is
yet
all in
how
Stanley's head.
exactly
Oh,
these features
wait.
will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's
You have
going
a
to
soul?
work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an
Can I
experiment.
jump in?
I'll
can't get into
arrange
that
these
hole?
new features
I'll
together,
try, give
and
me.
we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
This is a tragic day.
Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
The jump circle's back.
Hey, the hole.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
And collectibles.
Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
A little sound.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy
What does
creating
that
gags,
say?
but they don't add up to anything.
Stanley Parable, isn't it?
I
I
don't
wanted
think
more
so.
than anything to create a sequel that
Souls,
would capture all the
gags.
magic
Okay,
of the
give me-
first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original
Givemy's
Stanley
enjoying this
Parable
game.
and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original
Yeah?
game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A
Oh, yeah?
title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Oh no, he's inserting
Oh, that's
features.
perfect. Go ahead.
Oh no, indeed.
Take a look.
Those are your own settings.
Well, this looks like horror. Oh my gosh, it's actually different now. No way. Guys, I'm playing the Stanley Parable
go
2.
back.
I unlocked it.
This is the story of a man named
Let's go.
Stanley.
Balloons! Ew, I hate those balloons. Shut.
Happy 12th.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
is
simply missed a
upsetting.
memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
He didn't listen. You know what? It's fair, actually. I never listened to him. Hey, I want to go that way.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was
The
he not doing
bucket?
it?
Where? Bucket! No, oh, I didn't.
Stanley picked up the
I didn't see it. Did you see it? Am I the only one who didn't see it?
Oh, but I did not see it.
I think everyone in chat saw it and we both didn't.
You're the one playing the game.
Okay, but like, how would they notice you? Yeah, but...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh yeah?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Just like
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Should I?
I think you should not listen, lol.
No,
Said the bucket.
It's a different voice.
go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Should I kill
Go
myself
there.
with the bucket
Go to the
in my
cargo
hand?
lift. Good.
Said
See what
the bucket.
happens.
Good, said
Now
the
ride the
bucket.
lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I
No,
need
I
you
wanna,
to do.
I wanna...
Bucket's
Stanley
gonna
did
kill
not
you.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Are you
But
sure?
Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket
Me
asked.
win bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Whisper?
Stanley once again obeyed
not dark.
blindly.
This dark? Oh, there's only one open door. Oh, this dark room. Oh! Ah!
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
I feel like I'm
Pick
in a
up the
hostage
phone,
situation.
And it will take us.
Bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
What?
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
It's like
And
the-
then, very distressingly, he
cube.
began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
This is just the companion cube. I just my book. I can't read it. I need a hug. Where is the bucket? There's the bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press X. Take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of
It's
companionship.
okay, give me. I had the bucket
It
now.
doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
I need a bucket, friend. A bucket!
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
No,
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an
I think it's
inanimate
perfectly
metal
normal,
object?
actually.
I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen
You're
to me.
also a voice in my head, you lunatic.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
Where is my
Listen to
bucket?
me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It
There.
can't talk. All it would ever truly do for
Guys,
you
I was
is
really worried for a
effectively
second.
transfer
I
a
didn't have
liquid
my-
from
my
one
bucket.
location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press Q for us to go back home. Will do. Wait, this isn't my
You
house.
see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders
Oh,
from the
it's dark.
bucket.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all
Yeah,
he
but
cares
you're
about is
mean.
this awful
The bucket,
bucket. This
is my
stupid
only
hunk of
friend
metal.
now. Press F to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Sounds good to me.
Sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
I never
From
needed
now
you.
on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold.
It's getting
empty
closer to my
bucket,
computer. It's
this
kind of
sort
unnerving,
of
actually.
Shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, look how shiny my bucket is. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Of course I do. I mean, I'm Jim,
Yes, I
not
suppose
Stanley.
on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier. more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press T to relive the same day with me over and over. That sounds wonderful!
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
I thought the bucket had a shovel and was
Why do I
gonna
feel
hit
some
me
need
on
to
the
point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press B to go home to work. To home to work to home.
Oh, no. I'm having feelings for the bucket.
Are you jealous of my bucket?
What's going on?
How
Why
dare
do I
you?
want to be with the bucket. Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
So am I the narrator, or
Perhaps if I
is
had
the narrator
this would
me,
be
or
less confusing.
neither?
Yes.
Hey,
The bucket could tell me
a
what to do
candlelit
in this
night with the
troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
No!
Give it to me. Give me the bucket,
My
Stanley.
bucket.
I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
bucket in the bedroom.
Have sex with a bucket.
I think that already happened. You see the romantic candles? Go back to work, Stanley. My bucket. Oh, it's gone. This is the saddest thing that's ever happened. Which phone? This one?
Obviously different phone. No.
Hello. This is a
Green
recorded
one.
message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work.
No, it's this
The
one.
purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere.
What?
Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
You can bring the bucket back to your office? I'd love to. Where? Give me... Where is bucket? Must
Find the
find.
bucket.
Must find bucket. I have an agenda. Bucket!
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Why would you listen to a recorded message? Don't you know how dangerous it is? I know, I'm sorry. It was a lapse in judgment. I won't do it again.
As soon as Stanley noticed that the door to his office was still open, he rushed in with his bucket and shut the door.
I actually don't like where this is
The
going.
pressure of going out and finding another bucket variant on one of the Stanley Parable's classic endings was simply too much for him. It's
Oh, yeah.
nothing but swapped-out dialogue describing a bucket.
I didn't
he
get the
stated
other
to
bucket.
himself. It's not nearly different enough to be considered a true sequel.
Because if you actually listen to him...
No. He would stay right here in his office where things were safe, familiar. If others were happy with the bucket endings, well, good for them. But Stanley knew that one day, somehow, a true sequel would emerge with actual new content. If only he had waited long enough. Just a little longer, Stanley. Keep waiting. You'll get it one day, surely. Eventually. Just keep waiting. Just a little longer now.
Bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I'm gonna
What could it
cry if the
mean?
bucket's not here. Why is it...
Stanley decided to go
Good
to the
bucket.
meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I have really bad gamer posture right now.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
I love the
Perhaps his
implication that
boss's
it's-
office
that it's
was
like-
where he'd find answers.
Comforting and warm when it's, like, made of
Oh,
metal.
Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you?
Wait.
Aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
Darn.
the boss's office.
Hey Kai, how's it going? Wait, what did he say to do? I actually forgot. Wait, maybe there's more than one. Should I go down or should I go up? What if I go
You're
insane with the
supposed to
bucket?
go up.
I'm going down.
Yeah, I want to know what happens. Redo every ending you've done with the bucket.
A collectible!
You found one of them. one of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these. Only
I know.
the intrinsic
I know.
pleasure
Shut up.
of a job well done.
Please,
you
you
can't,
can't
buy that
skip
sort of
it.
happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to
I don't
savor
need you to
each
project
and
your
every
sadness
moment
onto
you
me.
come across
The
one of these
Mary Ella
beautiful
Parable
figurines.
with bucket. It's time. Yeah, I went down to hell, Kai. This is clearly what's happening right now.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
I don't know,
Only
why did he
because
take
he
that
believed
risk?
everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
This does not
And
seem
then
different yet.
something occurred to Stanley.
The bucket!
Maybe, he thought to himself,
Exact same so far.
maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms.
There we go.
Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing.
How did it
more.
return his gaze?
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its
It's
familiar
because he's going crazy.
reassurance
The
and
bucket is
comfort.
no longer
And
his
that's when
friend.
Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
I
How
took
did
someone
I
else's
end up with
bucket!
someone
Our buckets
else's
got
bucket?
mixed up!
This
What
is
will I
all
do?
terribly wrong. Surely no good will come from
My
this.
bucket!
Who knows what sorts of bizarre
Where'd it go?
hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
The bucket is gone!
Now he noticed
not his
the rooms
bucket.
were repeated, which
Oh,
was, of
no.
course, very odd.
You're going to jail.
Now he felt himself.
Why do you
floating
say
across
that, Kai?
the ground. Oh, gracious.
The
he
bucket!
exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket
bucket!
after the
No,
next.
which one is
None
my
of them
bucket?
were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Ah,
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
I did?
The real bucket was inside of him. It was
The
incredibly
real
painful.
bucket wasn't.
Stanley doubled over in agony.
Wait, is it like
Black.
literally inside of me? What? The real bucket was inside us all
This
along.
is a story
Real
of a
buckets was the
woman
first
named
available
Mariella.
Please tell me there's gonna be a bucket. Yeah, having a bucket
Mariella
inside of you
woke
will be
up on a day
painful. I
just
mean,
Carrying
true.
out a bucket.
She arose, got dressed,
No!
with confident security, and walked to her place of work.
Why is she carrying it like that? Why is she carrying it
By
like
the body of a
newborn
man who had
child?
stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
This is just the companion
This
cube, but
man
more
had
intense.
no bucket. Of course,
love it.
he'd gone mad.
No
ranting
bucket.
and raving about a narrator
Giving him
describing
steppies,
all of
he's
his
dead,
actions and how
Giffy.
everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can
He
be.
didn't realize he forgot his
And she
bucket, and
hugged
that's
her
why he
own
got so
bucket
sad.
even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything.
Guys, I want a
Yes, she
bucket.
thought to herself,
I would very
"My
much like a
life
comfort
kicks
bucket
ass." And she
Yeah.
backflipped all the way to work.
This game made me want a comfort bucket.
I'm gonna go to Home Depot and buy a bucket.
And then they're like, is that all? And you're like, yep. And then it's like... The bucket. Oh, thank goodness.
The bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
I'm gonna
left.
break into management with my bucket. There will be a reward for finding the- Wait! What's this?
There will be a reward.
Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be cleaning of this wall required. Who are you? Lol. Lies. Mission status. Inside. Oh! It tells me. Oh, that's cool. A large room. Lots of boxes. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere with red and blue. Oh, that's cool. I remember that part. I don't remember how to get there, though. Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person.
Okay, where's the large room with lots of boxes?
I don't know. Oh! Trust the completionist instinct. Thank you. Good luck.
Do this.
Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up. I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiences. These headphones are. No, sorry, I muted my mic because the family member came in. I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiences. Our local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic, a microphone which picks up sound from a particular area. Analysis of the recording allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noises. Data shows that in all likelihood it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be a reverberance off a porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? That's the smartest thing I've seen on anywhere in this room. Weird spinning figurines, our data, slack. I'm not gonna read all that actually. I ain't reading all that. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation in this room, they feel pointless to be honest.
TBH.
Yeah, why did I say? Usually I just say TBH. Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to allow ease of access past vents. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from where it was for. Who is Chris? What?
Chris.
Oh, poor Chris. It's all in caps. Construct new, structurally sound bridge. Chris died here. Chris was the one trapped in the broom closet. Wait, actually? How we can find them? Bottom text. Small floating objects have appeared around the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. That was on a whiteboard before the figurines. Oh. How can you tell we spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? I don't know. Fig leaves are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it, Red Room. Thank you. Good luck, in quotes. No.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
I'm gonna get all the
broom
dialogue
closet.
this time.
It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of
Aura of
jealousy. It's as
jealousy.
clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders
How
right
dare you
now.
put this
But you have to
pressure
be
on my
strong.
shoulders, broom
This
closet?
is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort
Yeah,
to this
the
stream of
narrators have a
petty
lot of
insults
nerve calling me
simply in order to
crazy.
get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
How
That your relationship
dare
is purely
you?
superficial and convenient? That your
No.
life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
Oh, sorry, I zoned
Let
out.
him
He's
have
talking
it.
so much. It's my bucket. Anyway, I'm leaving. Wait, the door's got. Oh, that's not. That's
Okay,
the wall.
I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now
Oh,
it's settled.
I have a sticker
No
now.
more debate, no more discussion.
I thought
Take
my name
a
was
hike,
Jim now.
broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical
Well, no, the player's name
diatribes
is Jim.
about the nature of cleaning supplies and
Oh,
their
my name-
relationship
you're right,
to
my
broom
name is
closets
Jim.
in
Your
the
name
natural
is
order of things.
I'm Jim, guys. Nice to meet you. Anyway, thank you, narrator. It is time.
Oh, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stanley and the bucket. Why did I get another sticker? What was that for?
I think he had a piece of dialogue that triggered, and then you entered the door, and the dialogue overrode.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he said something and then like cut himself off.
I missed a second sticker or not. Yeah, I don't know why I got a second sticker. I'm gonna have to do this again now. Wait, it says something else now. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp.
That's a collectible.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about
Figly.
mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes,
Figlies.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I don't like that.
Stanlerine. This game.
This game is something. That's for dang sure. Oh, I can open this. It's elevator time with the bucket. You need to build meaningful relationships with people when you have a bucket. So, how are you guys doing? Yeah, but I want a vibe in the elevator.
Wait, he's singing one.
Yeah, he is. Well, I think we're just noticing it more.
I heard him say Stanley that time.
Stanley. Anyway.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Wait, what is it?
Even now, in
Wait,
his
the
darkest
bucket
of
will tell you.
hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the
Is it
dark
different?
clouds of
It must be
confusion and
different.
chaos. It would be with him always.
Dang it.
The bucket would.
I wanted to do the...
And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared
Tender
with the
spiritual
bucket that he
connection?
didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
I've literally been putting
Nor
in
his
numbers.
bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845.
I just have bad memory.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yeah, it's
was
because the bucket told me.
guiding him?
It was
Yes,
bucket guidance.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
No way.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines
Figly.
and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Figly.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from
I'm
seeing a
not
small
happy.
number in the corner of your
So,
screen go up
nothing.
by one? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Why did you get to name it, narrator? He doesn't have a bucket. So he's not happy because he doesn't have a bucket? That's true. He almost stole mine. I'll never let that happen to my bucket. I'll never let my bucket be kidnapped by this faker. The bucket is mine.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Get
The
yourself
bucket
an
is here
emotional
for you,
support
Stanley.
bucket.
Everything will be fine.
I think the rest of this game is just like all the rest of the new content is they just change some dialogue to refer to the bucket.
I think there's gonna be more than that.
Stanley
especially
and the
with
bucket walked straight
collectibles.
ahead through the large
there's a
door
lot
that
of
read
dialogue.
Mind Control Facility.
Should I do this ending with it, or should
You
I?
have to, right?
What is that? Is that a have to, as in like I
It
have to know?
says- Yeah, you see, they're gonna say something different with the bucket.
But do I do the mind control facility this time? It's the 8 button. I'm doing 8. I think. No, wait, that's not the 8 button. I don't care. It's a button. I like buttons.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Stanley and the bucket. I also kind of want to see what happens if I don't pick up the bucket, because I feel like things might be a little different then too. Like, how dare you not pick up the bucket?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
That's a lot.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Is that me? No, there's 2
you're-
that have been fired.
What is it? You're 427 or something?
I think so.
Wait for the numbers to pop back up. Would be your last.
Pirate? I don't think I'm a pirate.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Oh, here we
Had
go.
the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
What if the bucket doesn't really love me? What will I do then?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
This is getting
At this
kind of
point,
depressing,
he could
actually.
trust no one except for the bucket.
I trust no one but the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Oh, I actually remember this now.
Or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. 2 best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down
Oh
the
no,
system.
it's getting worse. Why doesn't the bucket have a name then? We should name the bucket Jim. Jim Jr.
Bucket.
Jim Jr. No, it's the bucket. Not bucket. Bucket doesn't have a name. Bucket needs a name.
Fuck.
When at last they came to the
Not
source
you don't get
of
to
the
name
room's
it.
power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to...
Ah! It's dark. I don't like that. Stanley and the bucket. Oh,
waited
why
in
am I reading
blackness.
that? Give the narrator
Was
a
it
name
over?
while you're at it. Jim Sr.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the 2 of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley
Aw.
wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them
Okay.
wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
No!
What?
I
Wait,
want to live with
what
the
was happening?
bucket.
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the
No!
bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any length.
That's your own bucket. This is mine.
No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
Now it's dark.
Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at
That's
least
sad.
he has the bucket.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to
What
himself.
do you
As
mean
long
it's
as I
not
have
really
my
so
bucket
bad?
with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Huh. There's the weird.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't have the bucket. Oh no.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
He
doors,
didn't even say anything.
you don't
about
have
it.
the
the
bucket.
door on his left.
Oh,
I don't have the bucket.
rid of bucket.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I think this
and
is how you get to
Stanley
the
knew it
red and blue
perfectly
doors.
well.
I was writing a
Perhaps he
dialogue
wanted
by
to stop by
ignoring
the
it.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I left the bucket behind. I'm sorry.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it but eager to get back to business? Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah.
Isn't the warehouse? Isn't that like a room
This
full
way?
of boxes?
This.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Yeah, you see it.
What? Where? Huh?
I like to go to the left. The shining thing.
Listen, yeah, anyway. I don't know how to get down there.
The plank of wood.
Jim Jr. is disappoint. I'm sorry. I was trying to get dialogue, and then it, like, just didn't say anything, and then I didn't have the bucket. Where bucket? I'm sorry, give me, I don't have bucket. I can't jump. This game has no- see, I'm not in a jump circle right now. I am sad.
You can't walk from that box. Like, you can get onto the box there.
Oh, like that.
Yes.
Whoa. What is
Really
that?
enough, that's why that's there.
Listen, I know things.
You're
okay?
getting close now, Stanley. You've
Oh, I
nearly
can't
gotten
go.
all of the
Fig-
Figler
Figler
Very
land
soon,
landings.
You'll collect the last one. And
What was
then
that?
the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Lorines. None of us
Figler
can.
and Lorraines. I'm venting right now. Sus.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path
Wait, is this a
that it
different
seemed
ending?
the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had
Uh-oh.
begun. Was so far off the beaten
Portal 2
path
moment?
that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten
Narrated
path
dialogue.
that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd
Yeah, the
adventures
back
we've
and
been through,
forth.
and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every
Revelatory?
time you watch a movie where it turns out
So
all to be in the
British.
main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate
Yeah.
storytelling. It must
doesn't
be
make
so
me angry at
simple to
all.
be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Sheesh, you don't gotta call me out like that.
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
My fault? How dare you? Huh. I
There's
didn't
one more
think.
collectible.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it.
What?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely
What?
catch them. It was only a matter of time.
I've never gotten that before.
Yeah, it's new dialogue.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Now you're actually paranoid.
Yeah.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Wait, it actually is better than the meeting room.
Yeah.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
What? No, it
Stanley
wasn't.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, he didn't. Stanley wanted the last figure when leaving out.
Said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift.
Did I already kill myself with
Good,
the bucket?
said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you...
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Yeah, he's just like, I decided that we were both gonna die, screw you.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, the following
What
me
could
thing
it
isn't
mean?
happening anymore.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Dang
room.
it.
Perhaps he had the good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on
I really want to
another
know what that
thrilling
was.
adventure
Did I just
together.
screw it up by dying?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This
I've
was
literally
not the
never
correct
seen
way
that
to the
before,
meeting
though.
room, but Stanley had felt the
Surely
bucket
there was a
calling
reason.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
If
this
I
better
don't
than the
move-
meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself.
Then
Yes,
it's like,
perhaps it truly
does
was.
I get
How
more
insightful the
dialogue?
bucket turned out to be. Truly, being here with the bucket was a
Yay,
grand
more
adventure.
dialogue.
Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Journey of a lifetime. Am I right?
Perhaps
Oh my
this
God.
was where the bucket felt most truly at home, here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home. Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
Definitely not wasting everybody's time. Definitely not. I must sketch dialogue. That might have been the last of it, actually.
Might not be able to sit here for an hour.
But finally, the bucket was
Yeah,
done
that's different
being
now.
in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to
Oops,
business.
I did. What's a left?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Good.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Did I just not listen to the
Stanley
the
did
whole way
not
last
question
time?
why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Because
It
I
should
know,
have allowed
I
it, of
remember.
course, because buckets can't talk.
Yeah, so
But
what did
Stanley chose not
red
to
and blue
think about
doors
this
then?
obvious fact.
That way, maybe?
He was firmly convinced
No,
that the
well,
bucket
yeah, it
had
could be.
spoken to him.
I think
and
it's this
he
way.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Danger, danger everywhere. That's comforting. I haven't been this way yet. In this playthrough.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
No!
How could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what
We're
is
not
a
having a
bucket and
philosophical
what
discussion
isn't a
about, well, this is
bucket?
my bucket. It's
I
my
suppose
bucket
that
and
would
I'm going
explain
through.
a lot about your behavior
yeah,
up to
even
this
that.
point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Why?
Please, step in here for a moment.
In here? happened to Okay, so moral of the story is if I want to get the red blue one, do not pick
Now
up the
then,
bucket.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
I'm
Simple
answering
enough, right?
all of them wrong.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about
You must
what
know
is
now.
or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Early 2000s game show, let's go!
Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
He's gonna make you correct.
Item
Oh,
2.
this sucks.
Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual.
I'll answer all wrong. It's first one correct immediately. Imagine trying to get them wrong and you can't. Yeah, this is terrible.
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct.
Bruh!
This is a bucket.
Yeah, you can't get him wrong.
What happens if you say yes on all 3 out of 3? Great job. No!
Item 4. Is this a bucket? What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
Good.
It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on
Be
to the next
angry.
one.
Cope seed malt.
See them cry.
Another
Is
one?
this a bucket?
I like how the tractor's on.
Yeah. What?
Correct. This
What?
is a bucket.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Chat, which one should I pick? Yes or no?
Try and get them all wrong and see what he says.
Okay, but like at this point, I don't know how to get it wrong. Both. Schrodinger's bucket. Actually, I don't even know what to pick anymore because it's good.
Pick no. See what he says.
Trick question. Both.
Oh,
Gotcha.
it's actually both. It's like I'm just right. Joke's on you, I wasn't kidding. Yeah, I didn't
Wait,
believe
hold
you.
on, I can't find the next one. Let's see, it should be around here somewhere.
Best game show. Actually.
Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't
But it's the
appreciate
concept
implication
of
that
a
nothing
bucket,
is a bucket.
you
when
know?
We both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something.
You don't know
Unless,
that.
in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even
Yes,
say
I
that.
win!
I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a
Be the
bucket? What
narrator.
isn't a
It
bucket?
means you have to let
Moments
me
ago,
bring
I
in the
could answer
bucket
these
in.
questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift.
Let's
Do any of
go.
us know what a bucket is?
Cognitive
Am
warfare.
I a bucket?
Am I a
Stanley, I
bucket?
can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever
He's
had.
turning
to
into a
begin
bucket
with.
now.
I'm afraid the
We will all
bucket is
become
threatening
bucket.
to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from
What?
the game entirely.
No.
You can't do that!
Here we go.
My bucket. No.
Look what you've
What
done.
happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything
Oops, I
disappear?
accidentally deleted everything
Was
instead of just
everything a
buckets.
bucket?
Everything's a
Every
bucket.
single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my god, I had no idea. Who could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
Yeah, but I am.
And you, Stanley, you're still
Darn
here.
it, I'm not
You're
a bucket.
bucket
Guys,
either.
my greatest
This is
wish in
wonderful
life was to
news.
be a
We're
bucket.
not
What
buckets.
am I?
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease
This
right
is
now.
tragic.
It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
You are Jim.
We'll put back all of the buckets,
True.
okay?
You right.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Which means you
Who
can't
knows
forbid
what
me
that
from bringing the
information
bucket
will do to a
through.
person. All right, here we go.
Because bucket is everything. I'm the only thing here that's not bucket.
Oh, and the narrator.
Yeah, but we don't
And
talk
chat,
about him.
obviously.
I don't know about that one.
Wow.
All of his co-workers were
Okay, I'm not
gone.
gonna get the bucket
What
this
could
time.
it mean?
I'm sorry, give me.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What happens if you do that again, though?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Well, I
doors,
was
this was
hoping
not
happened
the
differently.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took
No,
the
it wasn't.
first open door on his left.
Where
Stanley was so
bucket?
bad at
Give me. I
following
specifically
directions,
didn't
it's
pick up
incredible
bucket
he
because
wasn't
I
5
needed
years
to get
ago.
insert an ending.
Look, Stanley,
I
think
don't know if I'm
perhaps
doing
we've
it right, but I
gotten
think
off
I
on the
am.
wrong foot
I need to do
here.
it that way.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
Yes,
someone
I'm
you've
more
been
important than
neglecting,
you.
Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that
Correct.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yeah?
Well, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
There we go.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I... And there it is. The last...
Stiggly wiggly.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So,
Wow.
instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Aww. Actually, I don't
Now
really care
listen
what the narrator
carefully,
thinks
this is
about me.
important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nah.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Nah.
Stanley walked
I love
through
this part.
the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
The red.
You wanna know so
Is that a zero
badly
cube
what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road?
Whoa,
You've chosen
doors?
well. Don't let me stop you.
Doors with reds?
You see,
It's time.
there's nothing here.
It's time for the
I haven't even
simulation. I think
finished
this is the
building
Minecraft
section of
part.
the
Like I said,
map
apparently it's
because
the
you were
brain
never
of this
supposed to be
little
here in
game.
the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what
I
you
love
wanted?
exposed developer
Was it worth
textures. It's
ruining
my
the
favorite
entire
thing.
story I had written out specifically
It's like
for
a
you? Do you not think I
late
put a lot
birthday
of time
present.
into that?
Wall
Because I
128.
did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires
The game
of
is
yours.
bad.
What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps
Ooh.
ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited
Should
from
I say
allowing
yes or
you
no?
more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I mean,
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know?
Nah.
Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings?
Why would
Does
I
that
do
sound
that
good?
when I could just
Think
troll
we can
you?
do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Oh,
Let's
have you?
take a look.
Have you really? Wow. You removed the ceiling lights.
there's a leaderboard.
Good old Neil. 21.3% of players skip the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. 98.9% of players are something.
More attractive.
How long
than
does it take
Stanley.
you to get to something more attractive? Did you see the sprite for Stanley?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
I will be a lukewarm
Again,
person.
Honest answers, please.
I'm very honest.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
My dogs are barking. They never stop.
In this game,
the baby!
calls
I
you
have gotten
towards
this.
Danger. You click the button to
I
move him
remember
back
this
to the
now.
right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Yeah?
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
4-hour baby kings.
So loud.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
What do you think?
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was
It
so
sounded
awful,
like
why don't we
you.
play someone else's
No,
game,
you, Kai.
just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Wait, this is Firewatch!
Fascinating.
I
What do
haven't
you
played
think
that
this game
yet.
is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our
So it's,
motivation?
they didn't do Portal in Minecraft this time.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps
I
for
only
some
played
sort of
Firewatch after seeing it in this
twisted
game. That's
erotic
funny.
Yes,
I saw a friend
that
play it
must
a
be
long time ago.
What a fascinating venture
I've
into
played
the
it.
experience
I
of
probably
total
should play it.
mental
I have it on
depravity.
Game Pass.
So far, I love
Right.
everything
could stream
about this
it
game, Stanley.
sometime.
And it
That's
seems
good,
there's
one
even
day.
more. Come,
I need to
let's
finish
venture
AI, but I don't
outward
wanna
and
do
see
that
what
yet.
else is out
I
there.
actually specifically didn't do it today because I was like, that game is depressing right now. I don't really want to play something depressing. You know? Sorry. Do you think they got permission to do this?
I think they'd have to.
Yeah.
You're just using assets.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What? They got actual assets from the game devs. That's insane, actually.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Whoa!
Oh,
Slow down.
goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no
What,
right
do
or
you
wrong
have,
directions,
what's
no
the
path
fear
to
of
follow. You can just go
open
in
spaces?
any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
It's not,
We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
it's not agoraphobia. I can't
I'm
remember
going
the
to
name.
get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably
don't
something
even
with
think Firewatch
walls.
is a role
Something
game.
with nice,
No, it's definitely
big,
not.
insurmountable walls.
He's got the opposite of claustrophobia. Him over here afraid of forests.
I think
Like, dude,
this
chill.
will be just the thing.
Actually, I'm excited to see what the next one. Really?
Rocket League.
No freaking way.
See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
First person.
Just a nice big box for you to
At
run
Nathan
around
right
in.
now.
There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here.
Where is
now,
ball
this
and car?
is game design.
It's actually
If you
absurd.
manage to get lost in this game,
Walking
I will
around.
be phenomenally
I want to get
impressed.
lost now.
Wish you were in the car first person now.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack.
It's so empty.
Okay, I'm
It's
saying
weird
that there's a
without all
ball
the
of
little
some kind back
guys
here.
like
Is this
cheering.
game sports
Oh,
ball?
yeah.
Stanley, I think it's sports
It's
ball. Oh, what
sports ball.
fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yeah,
He knows
I think surely we must.
less about
Okay,
sports than
Stanley,
I do,
here's
which
the
is
ball.
impressive.
Have fun.
Sports ball, my favorite. Why am I so slow?
Let it in the go.
I'm faster now. Yo! I don't know how to feel about why. Why is it
It's
so?
kind of cool, actually.
Are you
bad.
doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable...
Oh.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Best game right there. I know, right? This game is great. Oh no!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know
I
that.
bet I'm a better
Stanley.
writer than you. You didn't even put me in a story game, you idiot. Oh!
Rocket League's the best.
Yeah, the story is you lost. Yeah, I know I'm just small, but it's still weird beside. Oh, Whoa!
Ooh, wait, this is the original Stanley Parable, isn't it?
I guess I didn't play the original? I don't know. I don't... This looks like older
Original
than that.
as in, yeah, no, original as in pre-20.
The demo.
Stanley Parable. Well, it
It
wasn't
is?
a demo. I don't think. Yeah, 2011.
This one, oh, the mod.
Yeah, I've played this one.
You haven't played the actual released version?
I've seen people play it, but I never bought it.
I have it, and this one.
But yeah, I remember this one.
Why is this a maze?
Oh, it's the right door.
You're the right door. What do you mean the right door?
There's a door on the left. Remember, you enter and he gives you. Oh, Stanley goes through the door on the left.
Oh, it's the same, and I'm just stupid. Oh, but they're locked.
Yeah. You started there. So turn to the right.
Didn't I already go this way?
Yes.
Oh, and then I stopped, and I turned around right here. I see.
Yes.
What is that? Well. Now what? Huh?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes
You're the
with
one
it.
who made a hole
He'll understand
open
soon
up.
what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Kind of metal, not gonna lie. The balloons are gone.
Rip. Is the bucket gone?
Probably.
Oh.
Oh, the narrator's gone too.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
This makes
Wasn't
me
it just
angry,
the
actually.
most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your
I
entire
feel like a
life.
bird right now.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Why are you nostalgic with the figurines now? Now remembering when Stanley found the collectible. Zone, sweet zone. The Stanley Parable. Their Steam page. Huh? Why is that gone?
Gone.
Crafts. Can I go through? Nope. Yeet.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find.
How are they
Sure,
gonna
it
make
said
this
6
interesting?
right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
What
We
do you
were
mean,
so
how could we
innocent.
know for certain?
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
What?
Wait, there are more than 6.
7 out of 6. Oh no.
And here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Oh. I get to choose.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was
Actually, I
the
wanna
room
answer
you
wrong.
found your third mini Stan? Can you remember? No. Behind the boss's office was the 4th place you found a Figanley, not the 3rd.
Faganley.
Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together,
Yeah.
don't they?
Things that are cherished are
what?
the ones that blend
If
together.
the boss's
Sure.
office feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Aw, I see what we're doing here.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
What happens if I don't pick it up? What is that?
Nothing, right?
The pink room was so much fun. Does nothing happen if I don't pick it up?
I'm guessing so.
Well, I can't stand and not pick it up then.
You didn't have dialogue.
I will cry. I love the pink room. Look, was that a rock or an apple?
So aesthetic.
I think it's an apple.
It's probably not a real apple.
If it's a real apple, I don't know.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the
What?
occasion. Enjoy.
YouTube, old YouTube tutorial music.
That was a 9 YouTube video right here.
What? What's that back there? So like Wii level graphics.
Oh man. What is fantastic.
What is that? The clip art, bro. You found it near the cargo lift. Man. Wow. Best Boy, the narrator, starring Stanley. Copyright, the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I
Stop.
spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 minutes.
I love this game.
This game is fantastic. The doors.
And then, Stanley,
Oh.
then we
Doors
came
are
to the last
ringing.
collectible,
I don't know
the
what to
final
say.
figurine, right here by the red and blue doors.
I win.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind
So I guess it's
works?
actually different.
All I
That's
know
cool.
is that this is the
Order
moment where
changes.
you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
Let
It
me
was a moment
in.
unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Rip. You are in the present. I would hope so.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the
TV-ception.
present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
Yo,
Stop
look,
the
he's-
loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
Oh my
Let's just
gosh.
go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction.
I don't
See how
want
that
to.
feels.
Do it. Collect 6 more. Stan Lorines.
Stan Lorraine.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
13.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial
many
tour
can
of
you
the
collect?
memory zone, this
don't
one is the
know.
most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want
He's
more.
saying the exact same things. We're gonna see the pink room again. Yeah,
And
the
here's
pink
where I made
room.
that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes, it's been about 5 minutes.
Yes, I love that video.
Oh, what is happening?
This game.
I think I'm going crazy.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good
Which
room,
one is it
though.
replaced
Solid
with?
room.
Solid room.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these,
I think I'm being
it really
punished
would
for
have
finding
muted
all of
the
these,
intrinsic
honestly.
joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I can't go this way?
Oh, rip.
I guess because I already didn't go that way. Ominous.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember?
Ominous.
Yes, I remember it too.
Ominous.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does
Exactly.
anyone ever choose
I
to
come
leave
back
it?
and still no
Keep
bucket.
going.
Yeah, so I actually didn't have a
gone.
choice this time. The bucket disappeared, and then he was like, hey, you know those Stanlerines? And he's making me collect them over and over again. Wait. Oh, I remember this now.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh,
18
I
out
want
of
more
6.
memories, Stanley.
That's
I
an
want to keep
improper
going. What else is
fraction.
there?
I
What
learned
came
things in
before
school.
this?
That... That's not... this is incorrect.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally
How dare-
sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun
I'm
the
not. I
past
wanted
is.
more
I
jobs.
want more memories.
So is this the last actual new content in the game?
Oh yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Narrator makes me uncomfortable. Nope, there's more. Okay.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Wait. Oh,
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Before the
Yes.
office.
I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere
lore?
along the way, I
Narrator
stopped
lore.
making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Wait,
When
I
he'd
am
make the decisions, he would
the
decide
narrator?
which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason.
Hold on.
Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps
The
I
narrator
needed to
should
imagine
gone.
I had companionship. And Stanley really did
Well,
make for a wonderful companion.
we don't even know
if
if
he
this world
was
is
a
real,
fiction.
though.
But
Real
I
the
suppose
same?
it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to
If
how
we
it
believe that
used to be.
Stanley is a real concept.
Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself.
Press
I don't
R
need Stanley
for
anymore.
34
Oh,
milliseconds.
but he truly was so much fun to play with.
Play with.
You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go.
What about his wife?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The bucket's back.
All of
Wait,
his
another bucket.
co-workers were gone.
Because the
What could it
balloons.
mean?
Yeah, the balloons.
Stanley decided to go to the
meeting.
meeting room.
Yep.
Perhaps he had simply missed. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Why is the bucket Stanley so wholesome?
You know, it is kind of wholesome. I keep thinking it's not, but I don't know. It's just depressing. I can't see it as wholesome.
The bucket.
Wow, he likes him. Are you okay?
What do you mean? He's got companionship with the bucket.
He likes the bucket. I'm like, it's a bucket.
Hey, bucket. So what if it's a bucket? Any different than a stuffed animal?
Fair, but it's still sad.
Yeah, it's got utility. It can move liquid.
Wow. All he does is clutch it to his chest. He doesn't use it to do anything.
He doesn't even hold it by the handle, and honestly, it kind of bothers me.
Well, what's her name? Marcella?
Mariana? What was it?
I can't remember her name!
Scrolling up to chat.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Mariella.
and entered
Marielle.
the door
Oh yeah,
on his
she
left.
curled like a baby. It's like, why? Alright, what do you guys say? Right or left?
Have you gone left and then like gone right and then gone through the the area where he actually tells you to go?
I haven't. Yeah, I have. It was a mind control thing. I did it with the bucket, though. I haven't done the escape part with the bucket, but I feel like this is going to be a different ending no matter what, because he's like, one more round with Stanley.
There.
Turn off mind control facility or escape. So, right? That's right, is it? Or is that left?
That's left, yeah. What if it's can you actually escape?
I don't know. Maybe I can escape with the bucket.
Will the second narrator talk about the bucket?
Stanley
Reboot the
was
game
here.
entirely.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort
Oh.
now more than ever. Perhaps his
Wait,
boss's
what if you
office
do it,
was
though?
where he'd find answers.
But, oh, I don't know. Because I don't know if that is, like, gonna still be there if I play through this ending or not.
Oh, but the game tells you to reboot it.
Oh. Chat, what do you say? Should I do it?
Chad, is this real?
That will stay there. Okay, I'm gonna keep going then.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Yeah? Yeah? You think that'll convince me? Actually, I don't care.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Ah. Wait. Yeah.
What?
Ooh. I'm not gonna go in the elevator again.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
Wait, I
Stanley
forgot
may
again.
have broken down into an
You
emotional
forgot.
dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
You're right. I'd be
Even
a
now,
dumpster
in his
fire if it
darkest
wasn't
of
the bucket.
hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
Oh, what is the code? Why can't I remember?
Always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so
tried that.
absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket
Do you know what
that
it
he
is?
didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion
Also, that's a
that
little
the
more
pin
than a
number
stuffed
for the
animal,
keypad
kind of.
was
I don't know.
2845.
2845. I'm stupid.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket
I was
knew
not
all
close.
along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Like 2648 or
Yes.
something.
This is certainly the
You
most
said
logical
2485.
explanation.
Oh.
Which is just swapping.
Oh wait, you don't go that way. I'm smart.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
Yeah, like heck we
Mind
did.
Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
We. Oh yeah, I can't move now. I forgot about that. The bucket will save me, right? Surely.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
She's
as
back.
Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed
No!
violently to death.
Not the bucket!
But not Stanley?
The bucket seems fine. I don't know what's happening. Roll streaming.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. I wish mine was. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and dark? It bothers me that there's no question mark at the end of that. I'm fine with Synth dying a horrible, horrible death, but leave Bucket alone. Me too, give me. What?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Yeah. A bucket with two handles. This bucket is depicted as having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life. I've literally seen a bucket like having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Bucket was what? 25. That's a lot more than 25.
That's so much more than buckets.
A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. This is not sounding like an innocent thing anymore.
It's a bucket cult.
What was that?
What?
It was like a loud squeak. You try counting them. If I wasn't streaming, I probably would. I'm not gonna sit here and count all of them. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains. No one can control a bucket. Why did I read that so dramatically?
Is it nice as your mic ever sounded?
Really?
Yeah, by far.
At the end?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm closer to it. Am I just chronically too far from my mic? Is that what's happening?
Probably.
What?
And you have it weirdly to the side.
It's not weird.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Ooh. Ooh. Cave drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This let that sink in for a second. We know that buckets predate the existence of mankind. Sure. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. The music. Bucket Museum.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Alright. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. There's a hole. You know what that means. Aww. I can take it.
Ooh, something's muted.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
I know, I wanted to fall into the power of the
Let
bucket
Stanley
by
die.
Scout.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket.
Oh,
Okay,
reset the game. Quick.
so the sequel is now paused. Should I actually reset the game?
Do you want to stay with the bucket?
But she told me not to.
She's saying let Stanley die so that the bucket can be free.
But the bucket will die with me. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
This is the nature of the dilemma. Chat, what do you think?
Yeah, we need a second opinion. A third opinion, actually.
Save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and...
Okay, so she's just spouting nonsense. We need the splat ending, of course. So, die with the bucket? Or die without the bucket? I don't know what that means, Icon. Die, Stanley, die. Sure, I'm down.
Compliments. If only we let Stanley die together, the bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Stanley must die for sullying the purity of the bucket. Comfort bucket. I mean, there was a candlelit night, so it might have some truth to it. Well,
All of his co-workers were gone.
really?
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture
Okay.
and distinction.
Alright. Now I don't know what to do. Bucket.
In the meeting room it said reboot the game.
It did, that's true. I did say I was gonna do that. Okay, I'll reboot the game.
Should you do it in that room?
Wait. Or that. I don't... Might as well, I guess.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Wait.
and entered the door
Yeah.
on his left.
You've done it so many times.
Yeah, but there's two ways, and I've done both of them so many times.
Still
And also
no
I'm
one
kind of
was here.
stupid. Should I just Alt F4?
I mean, well, I would quit the menu so it saves, but then I would also quit in the menu.
Okay. Oh, it made so many clips. But I just explained what I was doing. Uh-oh, my mouse broke.
Rip.
Okay. Wait, again? Hold on.
What do you mean again?
It's asking me to enter. Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Should I put in the right time?
Sure.
Okay,
7:46.
What?
Yeah, you're about 30 seconds off. 35 seconds.
Unfortunate. Hang on, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you boot up the game. Yo, it's meta!
Okay, so
A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set. So it's literally just a meme. It does use your game time. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Well, thank you. I'm just a better person than those people. Clearly. Okay, bye, Kai. I thought you were saying bye because, like, I quit the game. Not because... It was weird timing. See you later. Thanks for watching. That's how I know that you care about this experience and you're paying attention. No, that's why I was confused. Honestly, now I'm confused. I don't know what you're doing exactly.
Oh, leaving, apparently.
Well, I don't know if he's actually leaving or not. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. That's a lie. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Video game. Okay. Was that what I get for closing the game? I don't know.
I'm guessing the meeting room will be different.
I'm glad when games just let me set the time to anything I want. Yeah, what a
This
nice...
is the story.
Yeah, I know. You have to restart the game entirely again. Welcome back! Quit the game and then start again. Got a notification. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Settings person has more dialogue? Who is settings person? Oh!
See,
So you're saying I have to keep restarting it over again? Okay. Should I mean, I'll wait, probably.
The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the
There's
test
still
of
more
time.
dialogue about the
Stanley
bucket.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I need to step away. Please cherish the bucket. I will, give me.
Still
Thank
no
you
one
for
was here.
hanging out.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps
Okay.
his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I'm gonna restart the game again.
So, what did that do, I wonder?
I don't know, let's find out.
What is your favorite time? Why 460?
Not explaining, you're gonna make fun of me.
No, now you have to explain it.
Nope. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 4:16 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 4:16 p.m.?
Wait. You should say it's accurate. Let's see what he says. What is 4:16? I have to know.
You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. Okay, I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. I kind of want to just keep closing and reopening it.
Do it, lol. What is 4:16?
What is 4 in military time?
16. So it's just 16:16. Didn't you say 4 a.m. though?
I did say 4 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So that is 16:16, yes.
Why is that? Why
You already forgot. Weird. It did this the first time.
like 23, 23 or something?
What does this mean? Please. Oh, you can't see it.
Stop forgetting.
No! Oh! Aww.
The friends now.
Huh. This makes me angry, actually.
Why? Oh?
Please adjust the slider until you stop. I wish I had 2 mice, so I could confirm while I'm adjusting the slider. Which of the 2 made-up words below is most appealing?
Ooh. Occublanktall?
Please don't adjust the slider. Do you know what time it is right now? No. Is the time that it is right now, like... No. What is time, anyway? No.
No.
Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Should I say no?
You want to be mean to settings, man?
No, I want to be nice. Will you come back to visit me? Yes.
Aw. Settings man's all lonely.
I gotta go visit settings man! I feel like this is getting obnoxious. It's not my fault. The game is obnoxious. I gotta help settings man. It's important. I think this is the last time, maybe? What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. Aww. But that's okay.
Rip settings, man.
Video games were meant to be played alone. No, they weren't. You like being alone, don't you? Not particularly.
This is getting deep.
That's maybe the only information I don't feel called out right now. That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. No, don't leave me.
Dude, he's gone.
There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me.
Wasn't there a door about settings?
Toxic. A door about settings?
A door, like, scroll on it, it had something about settings on it.
I don't... Epilogue. That wasn't there before. Epilogue. Settings World Champion?
Oh, yeah, it was
I don't know. Many, many years later. Oh dear. We're back here again.
Furthest Stanley ever got.
Stanley isn't real. I'm not even sure this game does have lore. Every ending is different lore.
Just in the head
Outer
of the
Wilds? It's Outer Wilds. I wish Terry was here to see this. Okay. This is kind of pretty, actually.
Pretty stupid.
Alright, we're back to this. I thought you moved on from this.
Never
You stopped for a little bit. Actually, no, you got mad at me for saying you always do that, and then I was like, what do you mean? You always do that?
Because one time I didn't do it.
One time. A whole singular time. This music kind of hitting, actually.
Very loud.
Yeah, I can turn on the game audio. Traumatic music?
Dramatic.
I'm back.
Stanley's back.
Stanley?
What? Stanley?
Oh.
Oh, now we're remembering the Stanley Parable too.
Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what makes the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting, a welcome reprieve from...
Wait, so that was posted at least in 2027.
Yeah, I saw that. There's 2013 and there's 2027, which is quite a jump. Cat dog born. Okay.
Is that of your doing, you think?
Oh no, probably.
Slider.
What have I done? A monster. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. Button.
Jim.
Guys, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
Jim.
Return to Jim.
Jim.
Call me Jim. It's creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception in the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they have published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with their reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. More buttons. Which way did I even come from? That way.
Jim.
So he never added buttons that changed the name.
Nope.
Jim.
Gim. Do you pronounce it Jim or Gim?
So many
Mine.
colorfuls.
Yo!
Wait, it's the infinitely deep hole.
Yeah, it's so infinite. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Wait, I can actually... What? I found him! I found Settings Man! Hello again! It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Stanley's
Big Love. That sounds inappropriate.
I really want to leave it though. Could be his big fight.
Stanley's massive hog.
Well, it only sounds inappropriate because you said that.
Well, that's big love. That's what that means.
Actually, I think that's better.
I think Attack on Fight would be really good.
Attack on Fight. You know what? That's fair.
That doesn't make any sense. Danger of Tuesday.
I think I like Danger of Tuesday, actually. I'm leaving it. The Stanley Parable 3, Danger of Tuesday. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. Let's go! That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say. I can choose? Of course.
Ooh, what do you say no?
Because I want it.
Yeah, but what if you say no? I'm curious.
Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable.
Max lower the brightness.
Yeah. I mean, you can barely see it though. What is this?
Oh, it's Stanley Parable 3.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Settings man is gone.
Is that
All
most of
his
the new
co-workers
content?
were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Stanley decided to
Said
go
thanks
to the
for playing the
meeting
new
room.
content.
Perhaps he had simply missed the bucket.
Yeah,
made
but it's the
Stanley
Stanley
into
Parable.
a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps he would become both of those things.
That door hasn't been there for a while.
You gotta go through it.
Return to the expo hall. I have a bucket now. I don't think I had a bucket last time I went to the expo.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
This is the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's any different.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah,
Now,
I
to
don't
be
know. I
clear,
mean, there's probably
I haven't
endings I
quite
missed,
nailed
but
down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
Yeah, you
I
have
think I
yet to
got
like
most of
shut
that.
Take a
down the
look at
mind
some
thing
of the
with the
features
bucket.
I've been developing for it.
yeah, I
figure
did that.
That if I can loosely organize a handful
You
of
didn't
interesting
turn off the mind
concepts,
control with the bucket,
that
did you?
surely
I
the
did.
game
I
will
turned off the
sort of
mind control with the
naturally
bucket, and then the bucket
spring
didn't
up
get to
around
leave
them.
me, and I
It
was
all
plunged in the
work
darkness, and
itself
now
out. Game
and that was the
development is
ending.
much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we
What if you
are.
don't turn
Go
off the
on,
mind control?
Try out some of the new features.
probably the same ending as the first game, maybe?
Can you go in the hole?
Wait, I want to go in the hole with the bucket.
What if you pick up another bucket?
Can I do that?
The reassurance bucket room is open.
I gotta do this first. Well, maybe I should go to the bucket room first, actually.
I think you can do that.
Oh,
You wasted all your jobs.
I want them. I'm devastated. Literally shaking and crying right now. Wait. Dang it. Can't go in there. That's new. It's obnoxious. I don't see the bucket room. Did you?
Yeah, it would turn around. What do you mean you don't see the bucket
I
room?
don't see the bucket room.
It's to the left.
Well, okay, I knew that, but also I didn't see it. You know?
What do you mean? Yeah, of course you weren't near it. Of course you didn't see it. You weren't there.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God.
The bucket!
Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
How
I
could
know
you?
how much the bucket meant to you.
I hate
I
you.
couldn't take the risk.
Oh,
I
really
hope
should have gone in the
one day
hole.
you can forgive me.
No, not the
Dude, it's a good thing Gimmy's gone.
Yeah, Gimme would riot.
He's heartbroken.
I'm heartbroken. The bucket was the only thing I cared about in this world, and now it's gone. I just don't think I can keep playing this game
Okay,
anymore.
I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday
Heck,
it
yeah.
is.
I wanted that one.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Whole time. I'm probably gonna end stream soon.
Alright.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No, I'm good.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to
Actually,
go
it's
back
probably
to
not
the
gonna be
top.
different. I
Great.
wouldn't want to
Now,
do it again.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I actually kind of want to end stream now.
You can.
Is the menu the same? Danger of Tuesday. The car. Yeah. I am going to end stream, but thank you to everyone who stopped by. I don't know how many people are still there. It was a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys next time.
Sure.